Here we go, folks, ready to get back to it. Had my lunch, ready to go. Hopefully everybody else is good too. Got this 1988 roll to go through. Let's see what we've got. Alright. This is going to be a very hit or a very miss thing here. 1988 Philadelphia has a few double dies, but they're kind of difficult to reach. One of them is an extremely major doubled ear, and that's what we're kind of looking for. We can't tell nothing till we know what's in it. One for Ant here. Hey, Dirty Water. Be checking the obverse and the reverse, at least on the first 10 coins. Then we'll move to the obverse only. A little bit of a weakness in the strike on that coin, but it was a very nice looking coin. Alright, on up to number 2 here for Stan. Let's see what Stan's going to end up with. Okay, I'm very into the way these coins look. Nice looking coins here. Unfortunately, well, you're right. They could also, 1988 can be your year for the transition of the reverse from the type that started in 1983 to the type that started in 1989. As we continue to dig our deepest. See what we can see here. Starting first class, Eric. Here we go. A couple of smaller double dies that actually show up in the date. 1988. Got a really wide double die obverse. Shows very nicely for 1988. All of them difficult to find, but they're around. Just a matter of looking. Why did they use a 1989 reverse on the 1988? Because those reverses had been prepared for use ahead of time and accidentally used ahead of time. I think the 1989 style reverse was something that could possibly have been intended to be used in 1988, but did not quite make it in time. So they were held. And if they were held back, then, of course, there's always that chance someone's going to throw one in the mix a little too early. Number 6, Chubby Pop Chaser. Let's see what we got. 2 more rolls today. Our 2 more rolls today are both going to be 2024 rolls. Looking for some new stuff. We got 2024 Philadelphia and 2024 Denver that we're going to be checking out. Then we'll have the reveal show tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. At 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we will go through 5 more rolls from me and a number of rolls from Eric for next week. My rolls will be a 1953D, 1955S. Oh, look at that, little scratches. Little die scratches. And that's the 1955S. Then there's the 1959D. That's going to be a Fed Reserve Bank of LA, Los Angeles roll. Then a 1960 Denver. Again, Fed Reserve Bank of Los Angeles. And then the last roll that I'll be doing, the 5th roll for next week, will be a 1964 plane. Original machine wrapped roll. Here's number 8 for Eric Maith. Another different roll, different die here. I'm not seeing anything here either. Let's see, check the reverse. Nothing there. Number 9, Dan McCumber. Couple of little spotties on this one. Yes, Aunt. Should put clear tape over it just to make sure it doesn't smear. Best thing you can do for yourself to prepare a box for shipping is to go onto USPS.com and create the label there. It'll save you money over taking it to the post office for postage. Yeah, it's fine that it's on the box. But again, if you have a printer, I'd go to USPS.com or PayPal and fill out a postage label there. You'll end up getting good discounted rate that way. Danny Nine Toes. Well, there he is. Oh, look at there. Part of a die clash. You only see that one small arc of the head right there, but that's part of the back of the head. You can register package. You can't do registered package that way. Okay. For registered mail, you have to go to the post office to get that, but I personally don't use registered mail unless I have a very valuable package. And if it's a very valuable package, yes, registered mail is your bet to go with. You can put tape over, you can put clear tape over your address. Do not put clear tape across any other part of the box so they can put their circle date stamp on everything when they get the registered package prepared. You'll have to use a red label for the barcode. That'll give you your tracking number and everything. And make sure the send to address is 100% visible and correct. That's P.O. Box 2364. Smithfield, North Carolina, 27577. Thank you very much. It's the only address accepting registered mail at this time. The United States Post Office is not properly prepared to deliver valuables anywhere else. Thank you very much and have a nice day. First NGC shipment. I wouldn't send it registered. Priority insured is usually plenty good enough, and it's a lot cheaper than registered. I don't think I've ever sent registered to NGC. Number 14, on to Jeff Dunn. First participation in reveals in quite a while. Jeff has returned from his trip to the middle of the jungles in Botswana. And he's had a great time, and he's back to enjoy coins again. On his trip to Botswana, all he got from me was a little skinny copper giraffe statue. It's interesting. I was kind of hoping for a t-shirt. I guess they don't wear very many t-shirts in Botswana. Yeah. And then old Danny Nine Toes, he took a trip. Old Danny took a trip in the Bambalamps. He oh, looky there, nice little die crack running up onto the end there. That's an unusual looking die crack. There nonetheless. There's another one. Another dry crack off the FG. So we got two nice dry cracks on here. Yep, and Danny hasn't really told us about his trip on the Bambalamps yet. Whether he got to operate the siren or not. I wouldn't want to ride in the Bambalamps unless they let me operate the siren. Die wear. That's what causes that. Little ridge looking thing there on the coin. It's pretty common to some of the dates in the 80s. But that's die wear. Oh, it's another one of those. How cute. No, wait a minute. This is different. Doesn't have the die crack on the end. It just got the die crack on the FG, and it runs up into the bushes. Now we're still out digging around in the woods looking for Yo Man Gull. He's decided to go off the grid on us. So if anybody sees hiding their hair of him, you make sure he checks in with me. Because, well, we've been missing him for a long time now. And I think Mickey probably got stuck on his roof this morning. Oh, would you looky there. Man, that's pretty hard line. A little bit of die wear going on there. That's actually an interesting case right there for photography. Got a little bit of a clash showing up there too. You see just a little bit of the bays right here in the memorial. A little bit of it. A lot of die scratches. A lot of polishing going on here. Don't see any clash mark over here. But it's definitely right here, right on the R and the T of Liberty. Oh, Mickey's here. He didn't get stuck on his roof. Yeah, Mickey's got to where he thinks he's 25 years old again. He's out running around in the woods and climbing up on his roof and all kind of stuff. Now, I didn't like he's unable. It's not that he's unable. He's very able. That's why he does it. But he injures himself in doing so. Don't recommend the trip Denny took. It could be fatal. Fatal if ingested or swallowed. Yes, amputation. Denny got a toe taken away. You know, 2 more and you lose your balance. Which one was it, Danny? Hopefully not a big toe, right? Was it one in the middle? Second toe on the left foot. Is that second toe from the big one? So that means you can't flip anybody the toe bird anymore, huh? Oh, man. No more toe birds from Danny. So he can only show his anger by voice. We love you, brother. You scared the hell out of us, I tell you that much. It's bidding on the auction and all of a sudden you're in an ambulance. So what's with that? What'd I do to him? He can post a pic on Discord. No thanks. No thanks. We're good. Save it, man. Save it for when you need it. You might have special abilities. Well, you already do. You can only count by 9s now. You know, 9 is a strange number when you're multiplying. If you write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you move over 1 digit and write 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, you will have all the numbers written out from 9 times 1 to 9 times 10. That's how magic the number 9 is. A little die crack between the C and the E of cent. And there's one from the E to the N of cent. Awesome. You gonna heal up in time to join us at the fun show in January? That's right, Danny. When you go to the when you go to the doctor's office to get checked up on, you could take your shoes off in the waiting room and teach everybody the magic of nines. Well, if you need to use a chair and have somebody push you around at the show, I'll do it. All you got to do is make it to the area. We'll take care of you from there. Used to be close enough you could drive there, huh? Then you had to move back to Louisiana. We're driving there, but that's because I'm dumb. I am not finding anything here, but I did say 1988 is going to be either a very hit or very miss roll. Really good stuff or nothing. A little bit of machine doubling going on there. You can see it on the top of the T and the right side of the S. Up on top of the T and the E and the S there. All the way around to the M in America. But they don't mean anything. I should feel lucky. I live in what is being considered the most important swing state in the presidential election for 2024. So we're being constantly bombarded by entourage and vehicle convoys of presidential candidate disturbing our normal traffic, and they expect that we really want to see them. I, for one, personally, would prefer they stay away from here. Well, there's die crack running up through the E. We've got all kind of die cracks running on around here. There's a crack, here's a crack, everywhere there's a crack. Look at that crack. We're just crack addicts here. Yeah. Fewer times I see a presidential candidate in person, the better off I am. I have seen, 2 presidents live in action. One of them was George Herbert Walker Bush, and the other one was William Clinton. William Jefferson Clinton. Don't remember exactly why either one of them showed up, but they did. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Clinton was because of the Oklahoma City bombing. When I was in Oklahoma City, I think he came to get a good look at the destroyed building and promise more gun control, which never happened. If I were the devil, I like that recording made in 1965 by the great late Paul Harvey. He describes a lot of exactly what is going on our planet today. Like the like button, that's right. Don't like it, hate it, smash it. Crush it. Well, we need some goodies to pop out of one of these rolls here pretty soon. I have a feeling. I have a dream that one day we're going to top that variety mountain. We're going to find goodies in one of these rolls coming up soon. That's right. Best we control our own guns, right? What did we have, like 3 shootings in one day this week? It kind of makes me wonder, what exactly will it take to get the guns out of the hands of the people who are not responsible with them and leave them in the hands of the people who are? Indigenous Treasures, IT, Bethel Ann, coming right up here. Let's see what she got. Yeah. Looks like she's getting the same gift everyone else gets. One shiny new 1988 Lincoln cent. Let's see here. Got nothing there. Time to move on. We're up to coin number 31 now. We'll get started with the next roll right at 12:30. We're going to be doing 2 2024 rolls. Here, there's a bit of a die clash right there. You really kind of see that, baby. That's almost good enough to call it a jailhouse die clash. Pretty decent looking little sucker right there. Well, us responsible people who have to work for a living to make money don't have the $500 to $1,000 to up to $3,000 or $4,000 to buy a gun. Drug dealers make that much in one day. No Flaya G. That's right. You got your type of 1989 through 1992. I have that little serif on the bottom of the G that this coin does not have. I'm looking at the reverse on this one first. I hope you don't mind. So yeah, while we suffer having to buy groceries because we don't sell illicit materials and make huge tons of money, we have to buy our groceries and our clothing and pay our rent and things like that. We don't quite have the money to be buying a bunch of Uzis and AKs and stuff like that. Legally or illegally doesn't make any difference. If you don't have the money, it doesn't matter. So we already have a hard enough time defending our own. Let's let the government make it even more difficult by controlling the outflow of guns to people who need them to protect their own against the people who got the guns to impart their will on others. Maybe I should run for president. I might get 3 votes. And then the next time, 4, maybe 5. Who knows, by the time I run 3 or 4 times for president, people start getting used to seeing my name. And then they'll say, hey, that's that poor hayseed sap that can't afford the advertising to run for president. Let's vote for him. See if we can get him a little bit of money. And put me in the White House with a, what is it, $300,000, $400,000 a year job for 4 years with permanent retirement pay. That's what we need. That's right. Screw military disability. I'm going to go for president. As soon as I'm done playing president, I get paid lots of money for speaking engagements, for signing. Somebody going to write a book and put my name on it and say I wrote it so I can sign a bunch of books and sell them. Make a big old shit ton of money. You spell that guy's name wrong? Oh, I tell you what. This is a pretty roll of coins. These coins, even though they show up as being kind of spotty under a microscope, you have to realize that when you're looking at a coin under a microscope, you're seeing it in breakneck magnification. So much so that, well, if there was a dust mite on a coin, you'd see it under here. And, well, you don't see dust mites when you're walking around on a sidewalk, that's for sure. You see them, but you just don't know you're looking at them. What I mean by this anyway is that you can see things that are so small, there's no way you'd be able to see them with the naked eye. And you get into looking at these coins as you're trying to grade them. You know, kind of like this right here. And they turn from really nice looking coins for when you're trying to grade them, then when you stick them under a microscope, they look like, well, frankly, they look like they've been run over a couple of times. That's normal, folks. Not very many coins are going to look perfect under this much magnification. We're merely looking for the doubling that shows up every once in a while on a coin or two. That's my best Virginia accent. DC will have to tell me if I did okay. There's some of your Virginia folks, some of the older Virginia folks that live up in the hills. They have this accent they go by. You could see a booger in Lincoln's nose, that's for sure. A 30 or so felonies and you win the presidency? I don't know. Without having $1 billion first, I'd be afraid to try a felony. You end up in jail. They throw away the key and nobody remembers you. Can't make president that way. You can only make president after having couple of $1 billion of someone else's money before you commit whatever felonies you're going to commit. That way you control the police department that arrests you. You control the court. Oh my good God. No way, Doug. No way. Absolutely no. One of the first things I would do after becoming president of the United States is I would go hog wild on an art spree looking for someone who can design decent coins and get rid of all of the people on coins. There won't ever be a Chuck coin because Chuck will make sure it's legislated out of the law where it will be illegal to make coins in the United States with the effigy of a real person on the coins. We'll have to use allegorical themes from there forward. I like liberty. I'd like to see other things on our coins. Statue of Freedom. Statue of Justice. Wreaths. The wreaths of oak and olive. Go back to the old way of doing things. Typically when they make a commemorative or something to that effect that mirrors the design of one of our older coins, they sell out. They sell quickly. But when they come up with some new looking design, some newfangled idea, and they create coins using those designs, they don't sell well. Wonder what that means. I think that means that we are all still tied to our roots, that we want to see older designs on our coins. I mean, older looking, the style of the older designs. It doesn't have to be the older designs. It could just be something new, but have an older look, the appearance. I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that they had nice, tall, rounded relief on those coins, and the coins we make now are nearly flat as a pancake. It's all about die life, folks. It's all about die life. We have to make our dies last longer. More coins. That's the answer. More coins. You want more coins, do you? All right, then where the hell are all the 2024 nickels and dimes? What'd you do with those, Mr. Flat Design? I like these. These are nice 88s. It's a pretty good looking roll. Overall, if you ask me. But I don't think anybody did. If you can't say nothing nice, keep your mouth shut. I don't know. I honestly can't tell you anything about what has happened with regard to the political elephants and the political asses out there. I mean donkeys. I don't pay a lot of attention to that stuff. Oh, I'm in a good mood today. So, sarcasm is good. I like that. I'm very sarcastic. I like my sarcasm. My sarcasm doesn't match other people's sarcasm. When they have sarcasm about me, I don't understand it. Or at least I pretend not to. Yeah, I do what I can to ignore most of the political gentrification of America. I don't listen to the politics. Oh, nice. Big old struck through wire or something. Struck through a fiber of some sort. That's pretty. That's nice. Who gets that? That's Stonecutters. That goes to Mr. Dowdle right there. Look at that, folks. That's purty. Well, now we can't be going by the fact that they're silver as being worth something, because if I had my way with regard to coinage, we'd go back to copper Lincolns or copper pennies. And by God, we might as well just call them pennies. Nobody calls them cents anymore. That's coin 45 right there. Up number 46 for Jeff Dunn. And 46 is right here. And we need to go back to putting something more allegorical on the coins. As far as I'm concerned, the penny could have a really nice looking picture of a turkey on it. A turkey on one side and a one with some wheat on the other side. Wheat and corn. And then, well, the nickel. I think the nickel should be the one that has our industry, our work industry on it. Something about like a cog gear with United States of America written around it, a 5 in the center. And then on the other side, have something interesting that isn't a building. And then for the dime, I don't know, the dime's got a pretty good design on its reverse side. You just need to change the obverse away from the one president who managed to stay in the White House for 15 years. Wait a minute, 32? He was in from 30, what, 30? He got elected in 32, and he was out in 45. That's only because he died. But, yeah, 32 to 45. Was that 13 years? That was before we got smart and started limiting them to 8 years. And then, I don't know that the 10-cent coin really needs to be made of precious metal, but the 25-cent coin should. Should go back to putting at least 20-30% silver in our coins and backing them with real metal. You make a $1 coin, a $5 coin, then you start making your notes at $10. $10 would be a silver certificate. 20 and 50 would be a silver certificate. The 100 and the 500 and the 1000 be gold certificates, payable in gold. That's my thought anyway. So we ended up running through an entire roll that doesn't have any varieties. But we tried, and I enjoyed your presence, and I invite you to join me back here, starting here in about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes with, it's going to be about 10 minutes, I guess, with the next reveal, number 687. That's going to be a 2024 Philadelphia roll. So join me back here then, and we'll continue. I appreciate it, folks. We'll be back in just a few minutes.